Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
Oh, no harm. I've done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter. Not knowing of whence I am, nor that I'm better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and I no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
Oh, 'tis time I should inform thee, father. Wipe thou mine eyes. The direful spectacle of the wreck, oh, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee. I have with such provision in mine heart, so safely ordered that there is no harm, no so much as a perdition to a hair, betide to any creature in that vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for now thou must know, father.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, and left me to bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour's now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came upon to this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image tell me that I've kept with thy remembrance?
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once attended me?
Aye, thou hast and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What thou seest else in the dark, backward, and abysm of time? If thou remember aught here thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was Duke of Milan, and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue. She said thou was my daughter, and thou, father, was Duke of Milan, and thou his only heir, and a princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play hast we that we came from thence? Or blessed was what we did?
Both. Both, my girl. By foul play were we heaved thence. Blessedly hope hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think o'er the team that I had turned to you, just for my remembrance. Please you further.
My brother, thy uncle, called Antonio, that a brother should be so perfidious. He whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. And I, prime duke, being so reputed in dignity, and in the liberal arts without a parallel, those being all I study, the government I cast upon my brother, and I wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle new created the creatures that were mine, and set all hearts into the state to what tune pleased his ear. In my false brother I awaked an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood in his contrary as great as my trust was. He thus being lauded made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie he did believe he indeed was the Duke, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
Oh, to have no screen between the part he played and him he played it for. He needs will be absolute, Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Oh, of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable, confederates with the King of Naples. So dry he was for sway, that to give him annual tribute, do him homage, and subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ennobled stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Oh, mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother.
Oh, I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, that he, in the lieu premise of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan and all its honours upon my brother. Whereon, one midnight, fate to the purpose, a treacherous army levied, and Antonio opened the gates of Milan, and the ministers for her purpose hurried thence me, and thy crying self.
Alack for pity! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it over again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to present business, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore do they not the hour destroy us?
And tale provokes that question. Dear they durst not, so dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on this business, where with colours fairer painted their foul ends. In few they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, tackle, sail, nor mast. The rats instinctively acquit it. There they hoist us.
Alack, what trouble was I done to you?
Oh, no, thou was a cherubim. Thou didst smile, thou didst preserve me. Thou didst smile infused with a fortitude from heaven.
And how came we ashore?
Oh, by providence divine. Some food and fresh water we had that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of her charity, and being then appointed master of this design, did give us. Oh, with rich stuffs, linens, necessaries, so much as steadied us since. Oh, so of her gentleness, knowing that I loved my books, she furnished from mine own library with volumes that I prize far above my dukedom.
Oh, would I might but ever see that woman. Now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
No, thus far forth. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune. Now, my dear lady, have mine all mine enemies wrecked upon this shore. Here, cease your questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it away, if I know thou cannot choose it. I'm ready now. Approach, my Ariel.
All hail, great master. Grave Sir Hill. I have come to answer thy best pleasure. Better fly, to swim, to ride on the clouds, thy strong bidding task. Ariel, and all her quality.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article I boarded the kingship, now in the beak, in the deck, in the waist, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometime I'll divide and burn in many places. The topmast, the yard, the bowsprit, did I flame distinctly, then meet and join. Jove's lightning, the precursors, oh, the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary in sight outrunning were not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous seemed to roar, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake.
Oh, my brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not even infect his reason?
Not a soul but felt the fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foamy brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire at me. The king's son, Ferdinand, with his hair upstanding like reeds, not hair, was the first that leapt and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
Oh, now that's my spirit. But was this not nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they Ariel's safe?
Not a soul perished. On their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before, and as thou badest me, in troops I spread them about the isles. The king's son Ferdinand have I landed by himself, whom I left sighing of the air, in an odd angle of the isle, sitting with his arms in this sad knot.
The king's ship, hast thou the mariners say, and the rest of the fleet?
Safely in the harbour is the king's ship, in the nook where once thou call'st me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed Bermuths. There she is hid. Ah, all the mariners under hatches stowed, whom, with a charm joined to their suffered labour, I have left to sleep. And for the rest of the troop which I dispersed, they all have met again, and are upon the Mediterranean float, sound badly home from Naples, assuming they saw the great shipwreck and his great person perish.
Oh, Ariel, thy charge is exactly as performed. But there is more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
Oh, at least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now by us both must be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? For thou didst give me pains. Let me remember thee what thou didst promise, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody? What is thou canst demand?
Liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, sir. I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistake, served without grudging or grumbling. Thou did promise to bake me a full year.
Oh, hast thou forgot from what torment I did free thee?
No, sir.
Thou dost, and thinking much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Oh, thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast! Where was she born? Speak! Tell me!
In Argia, sir.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount where thou hast been, which thou forgett'st. This foul witch Sycorax. Oh, for mischiefs manifold and sorcery terrible to enter human hearing. From Argia, thou knowest, she was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is this not true?
Aye, sir.
Oh, this blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, as then her servant. Her was a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and horrid commands. Refusing her grand head, she did confine thee, and with the help of her more potent ministers, in her most unmitigable rage, into a closet within which Rip imprisoned thou did painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee there, without even thy groans, as fast as mill will strike. Save for this island, for the sun that she did litter here, a freckled whelp, hag-born, not honoured with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son!
Oh, dull thing I say, so he that Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best know what torment I do find thee in. Thy cries it make wolves howl. Penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was my art when I arrived and heard thee. that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank you, master.
Without more murmurs, I will rend an oak and peg thee in these knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Prithee, sir, I shall correspond to command and do thy spirit gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Tell me, what shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball's self. Go take this shape and go hence with diligence. Awake. Wake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well.
The strangeness of your tale put a heaviness in me.
Shake it off, or visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
Aye, but as 'tis, we do need him. He does fetch in our wood, make our fire, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave? Speak!
There's not enough within!
There's other business for thee. Come forth now, tortoise, poisonous slave, got by the devil himself. Upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked a Jew as e'er my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on you both! A southwest blow on you and blister you all over!
For this, tonight be sure, thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that pen thy breath up. Urchins shall through the vast of night that they may work, shall pinch thee as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than the bee that made it.
This island's mine! By Sycorax, my mother, which thou takest from me! When first thou camest, thou strokest me and madest much of me. Would give me water with berries in and teach me how to name the bigger light and the less that burnt by day and night, and then I loved thee and showed thee all the qualities of the island. The fresh springs, brine pits, barren places, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats light on you. For I am all the subjects you have that once was my own king, and now you sty me in this hard rock whilst you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art. Oh, to pains with human care, and lodge thee in mine own cell. 'Tis thou didst seek to violate the honour of my child.
Oh ho! Oh ho, when it had been done! Thou didst offend me. I would have peopled else this island and carried
A horrid slave! Which any print of goodness would not take. Being capable of all ill. Oh, I pitied thee. Took pains to make thee speak. Taught thee each thing, one thing or another. When thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but would gabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. But thy vile race had that int, in which goodness could not abide to be with. Therefore was deservedly confined into this rock, who deserved more than a prison.
You taught me your language, and my profit on't is, I know how to curse. The red plague take you for teaching me your
hag's
language.
seed heads! Fetch us in our wood and be quick, thou best to answer other business. Or shruggest thou, malice? If thou neglects or unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar, so the beast may tremble at thy din.
No, I pray thee. I must obey. His art is of such power it would control my damned god set of us and make a vassal of him.
So slave hence.
Come unto these, O yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsies that you have kissed, the wild waves whist. Footed feetly, here and there, and my spirits the burthen bear. Hark! Hark!
upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king, my father's wreck. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I followed it, or it hath drawn me rather. But 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, his bones of coral made. Those were pearls that were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See nymphs hourly ring his knell. Hark, I hear it, ding dong bell.
Instead, he does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The fringe curtain of thine eyes advance. What seest yond?
What is it? A spirit? Oh, Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, it eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, but he's something stained with grief. That's beauty's canker. You might call him a goodly person. He's lost his fellows, but strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, but nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Oh, it goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayers may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear me here. But my prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, will you wonder, if you be maid or no?
No wonder, sir. Certainly a maid.
My language. Heavens. I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What word you of the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples. With mine eyes, never since it had beheld the king my father wrecked.
Lack for mercy.
Yes, faith in all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if 'twere fit to do it. Oh, they are both in either's powers. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this. A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man error I saw, and the first error I sighed for. Oh, pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. They both changed eyes at first sight. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. So, one word more I charge that thee attends me. Thou here usurp the name thou owest not, to put thyself upon this isle as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on't.
No, as I'm a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit of so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell in it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, for he's a traitor. Oft manacle thy feet and neck together. Sea water thou shalt drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, wither the roots, and the husks wherein acorns cradled. Come, follow.
No! I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say my foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward. For here I can disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Oh, beseech you, father.
Take along my garments!
Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for impostor? Thou thinkest there's no such more shapes but he and Caliban? Foolish wench! To most men this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigour in them.
So they are. My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel,
The wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued are but light to me. Not I be through my prison once a day, behold was made. What corners else of the earth that liberty make use of? Space enough have I in such a prison.
Works. Come on, thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me. Mark what thou should do me.
Be of comfort, sir. My father's of a better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from him.
Oh, spirit, thou shalt be free as mountain winds. But then do all points of my command.
To thy syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of the merchant and the merchant, have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee! Peace!
He receives comforts like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him our so.
Look, she's winding up the watch of her wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
What tell?
when every grief is entertained,
$1?
dollar comes to him, indeed. You have spoken truer than you purpose.
And you have taken it wisely than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Why what a spendthrift she is of her tongue.
I prithee spare!
well, I have done, but yet she will be talking. Though this island seem to be desert, uninhabitable and almost inaccessible yet, it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and the subtle as she most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As though it had lungs, and rotten ones.
Worst were perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
But that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green on it.
She misses not much.
She doth but mistake the truth, totally.
But the rarity of it is,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, would not withstand their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of her pockets could speak, would it not say she lies?
Aye, or very falsely pocket up her report.
Methinks that our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first, in Afric, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Clarabel to the king of Tunis.
Oh, 'twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since widow Dido's time.
Widow. A pox of that. How came that widow in, widow Dido?
What if she had said, Widow Aeneas? Good Lord, how you take it.
Widow Dido, said you? You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
Oh, her word is more than the miraculous harp. She hath raised the walls, and houses too.
What impossible matter will she make easy next?
Ooh, I think she will take this island home in her pocket and give it to her son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye!
Why? In good time.
Sir, we were talking that our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Afric, at the marriage of your fair daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that e'er came here.
Bait, I beseech thee, Widow Dido.
Oh, Widow Dido, aye, Widow Dido.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as when I first wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's wedding.
You crammed these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense! Would I had never married my daughter there! For coming thence my son is lost. And in my rape she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her.
O thou, mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him bring the soldiers unto him, and ride upon their backs.
Ah,
He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the circuitous wrong that met him. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his strong arms in lusty strokes to the shore, as stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
no! No! He's gone.
You may thank yourself for this great loss, sir. Thou would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on it.
Prithee, peace.
You are kneeled to and importuned by all of us, including the fair sylph herself, weighed between loathness and obedience, of which end of the beam should bow. We shall have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making than you have men to bring comfort to them. The faults, your own.
So is the dearest of the loss.
My lady Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and time you speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
And most chirurgeonly.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir. When you are cloudy,
Foul weather.
Very foul.
had I plantation of this isle, my
She'd
lord,
sow it with nettle seed.
Or docks or mellows.
and were the king on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of wealth would I admit, no name of magistrate. Letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, board, bound of land, till, vineyard, none. No use of metal, or corn, or wine, or oil, no occupation. All men idle, all. And women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
And yet she would be king on it?
The latter end of her commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce, without sweat or endeavour, treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. That nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among her subjects?
None, man or idle, whores and knaves.
I would, with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Well, God save her majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me, sir?
That I prithee no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen with such sensible and nimble lungs that they used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who, in this time of merry falling, am nothing to you? So you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given.
Oh, and had it not fallen that long?
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere, if she continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
Aye, that we would, and then go a bat
Be
fowling.
good, my lady, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? I am very heavy.
Go sleep. And hear us.
What? She so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thought. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Then, why doth not my eyelids sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I, my spirits are nimble. They fell together as by consent, they dropped, as by a thunderstroke. What might, Sebastian? What might? No more. And yet methinks I see it in thy face. What thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do. Surely it is a sleepy language. And thou speakest it out of sleep. Oh, this is a strange repose. To be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, now that's thy fortune sleep. Die rather, winkst whilst thou art waking.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to float.
Do so, to ebb, hereditary sloth instruct me.
Or if you but knew how you the purpose cherish whilst thus you mock it, how in stripping it you more invest it. Ebbing men most often do so near the bottom run by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek will claim a matter from me, and a birth which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, lady, although she of weak remembrance, who shall be of as little memory when she is earthed, hath here almost persuade the king his son is alive. It is possible that he is undrowned as she that sleeps, he swims.
But I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No hope that way is another way, a hope so high that not even ambition can pierce a wink beyond. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life. She that from Naples can have no note unless the sun were post. She that... From whom? We all were sea swallowed, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge.
What say you? 'Tis true. My brother's daughter's Queen of Tunis, and so is heir of Naples, twixt between which regions there is space.
Space, whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake. Say this were death that now hath seized them, why they are no worse than they are now. There be those that could rule as well as she that sleeps, lords that could prate as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. I myself could make a chow of his deep chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep with this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much feater than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows now. They are my men.
But for your conscience.
Aye, lady, where lies that? If 'twere a kite would put me in my slipper, but I feel not that deity in my chest. 20 consciences stand betwixt me and Milan. Candied be they, and melted they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. Or if he were that which now he is like that's dead, whom I, with this obedience steal, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever. Whilst you, doing thus, can put to the perpetual wink this ancient morsel, this Lady Prudence, who should not upbraid our cause.
Thy case, my dear friend, I'll take as my precedent. As thou gottest Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest.
And I, thy king, shall love thee.
Draw together. And when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo?
Oh, one word. My master through his art foresees the danger that you, his friends, are in, and sends me forth where else his project lies to keep them living. While you here do snoring lie, open thy conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off this slumber, and beware! Awake! Awake!
Let us both be so...
Thou good angel, preserve the king!
Why? How now? Oh, awake. Why are you drawn?
What?
Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here guarding your repose, even now we heard a burst of bellowing like bulls, or rather lions. Didst thou not hear it? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
It was a dint to fright a monster's ears, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honour, sir. I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise. But verily, 'tis best that we stand our guard, or that we quit this place.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens, keep him from these beasts!
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prosper fall and make him by inchman a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But they'll nor pinch me, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mere, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bids them. But for every trifle they set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me and after bite me, or else like hedgehogs that lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders that with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Blow now, blow. A spirit of his comes to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll lie flat. Perchance she'll not mind me.
Is neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yond, same black cloud. Yond, huge one. Looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. Smells like a fish. A very ancient fish-like smell. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not holiday for there, but would give a piece of silver. Legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm am I troth, this is no fish, but an islander who hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. I will here shroud until the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more. To sea, here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Maul and Meg and Marion and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savour of tar nor of pitch, but a tailor could scratch her whene'er she did itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang. This is a very scurvy tune, too. But here's my comfort.
Do not torment me! No!
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with savages and men of Ind? Ha! I have not escaped drowning to be afeard of your four-legged. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stephano breathes at nostrils.
The spirits torment me! No!
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him, and keep him tame, and get to Naples with him, he'll make a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
Is in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, we'll go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him, and get to Naples with him, I'll not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt not, I know it by thy trembling. Oh, now prosper works upon thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. This is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned, and these are devils. Defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will help him, I will help his ague. Come. Amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth. Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy! This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Ah! Stephano! If thou be Stephano, touch me! Speak to me! For I am Trinculo! Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo!
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs, if any of Trinculo's these are there. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent, Trinculate?
I took him to be killed by a thunderbolt. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Oh, art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, turn about and escape!
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites. That's a brave god and their celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle which I carved from the bark of a tree since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear by that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here. Swear then how thou camest hither.
Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. The whole butt, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, Mooncalf, how does thine aid you?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her. Oh, and I do adore thee. My mother showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Here, kiss the book. Swear to that. We'll furnish it anon with new content, swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon. A most poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster in good soup.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I'll kiss thy foot, I prithee be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When Scott's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot, I'll swear myself thy true subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. I could beat him to death.
Come, kiss.
But then the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the fresh springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee, and I'll fetch thee wood in enough. A plague on the tyrant I served! I'll bear no more sticks for him, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
Oh, a most ridiculous monster, to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I pray thee, let me take thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long fingers, will dig thee pig nuts. I'll show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll take thee to clustering philippids, and sometimes I'll even get thee young scavels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
Prithee, lead the way! Without any more talking. Dracula, the king and all our company, else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Dracula. We'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell, farewell!
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
Oh, no more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetching firing, requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, burn, Caliban has a new master! Get a new man! Freedom! Freedom!
Oh, brave monster. Lead the way.
There be some sports are painful, and their labour delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labours pleasures. She is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like execute her. I forget that these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labours. I was busy less when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up these logs that you enjoy to pile. Oh, pray sit it down and rest you. When this burns to weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study, pray now rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray give me that, I'll carry it to the pile.
Oh no, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back than you should such dishonour undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me, as well as it does you. And I should do it with much more ease, as my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. It's fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, Father, I don't know best to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, with what's dearest to the world. Full many a maiden I have eyed with best regard, but you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember save from my glass, mine own. Nor have I seen more than I may call men than you, good friend, and my dearest father. How features are abroad I am skilless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides herself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I dare and do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so. I would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides, so make me slave to it. For your sake, am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh heaven, oh earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hollowly, invert what best is boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit what else in the world, do love, prize, honour you.
I am a fool to be what I am glad of.
Oh, fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven rain graces on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I deserve to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself the bigger bulk it shows, and hence bashful cunning to prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then.
Aye, when the heart is willing as bondage heir of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now away.
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal. Oh, but my rejoicing and nothing can be more. Oh, to my book. For yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Tell not me. When the butt is out, we'll drink water, and not a drop before then. Therefore, bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon the isle. We are 3 of them. The other 2 be brain like us, the state daughters.
Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
But where should they be set else? You are a brave monster indeed. If they be set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me, for I swam. You could recover the shore 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list, is no standard.
We'll not run, monsieur monster.
Nor go neither, and yet you'll lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does thy honour? Let me lick thy shoe, I'll not serve her. She's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am encased a desolate constable. Thou debauched fish, thou! Was there ever man a coward who has drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lord, how she mocks me! Wilt thou let her, my lord?
A lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Low again, bite her to death, I prithee.
Tricula, keep a good tongue in your head. If you should prove a mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank mine own. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made thee?
Marry, will I kneel and repeat it? I shall stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer who by his cunning has tricked me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee! I do not lie!
Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in his tale, by this hand, I will supplant some of your teeth!
Why? What did I? I did nothing!
Mum, then, and no more. Come, proceed.
I say by sorcery he took this isle. From me he took it. If thou wilt, revenge it on him. For I know thou darest. There is thing dares not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord on it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, my lord. I'll yield him to thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest.
What a pied ninny's this? Thou scurvy patch! I beseech, my lord, give her blows and take her bottle from her. When that's gone, she'll drink naught but brine, for I'll not show her where the quick thrashes are.
Trinculo! Interrupt the monster. One word further, and by this hand I'll turn mercy out of doors and make a stockfish of thee.
Why? I said nothing! I'll go further off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that! As you like this? Give me the lie another time!
I did not give the lie! Out of your wits and bearing too! Back to your bottle! This can suck and drinking do! I'm married on your monster and the devil take your fingers!
Forward with your tail. Stand farther off!
Beat her enough. In time, I'll beat her too.
Prithee, stand farther!
As I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. Then thou canst brain him, having first taken his books. Or with a log, batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his wizard with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, that when he has a house he'll deck with all. And the most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never knew a woman but my damn Sycorax and she. But she is far surpassing Sycorax's greatest dumb beast.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, my lord. She'll become thy bed, I'll warrant, and bring me forth brave brood.
Monster! I will kill this man! His daughter and I shall be king and queen, save our graces. And Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent!
Give me your hands. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honour.
This will I tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Wilt thou troll the catch you taught me not while there?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Come on, Trinculo. Let us sing. Flout them and scout them and scout them and flout them. Thought is free.
That's not the tune.
What is this saying?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take it as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee. Mercy upon us!
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
You mean not afeard? This isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that delight but hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, had I then woken from a long sleep, would make me sleep again, and dreaming methought the clouds would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I woke, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing.
Once Prospero is destroyed.
That will be by and by. I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Lead, monster, and we'll follow. I would I could see this tabourer. It lays it on.
Wilt come
further, sir. My old bones ache. Here's a maze trodden deep through forfights and meanders. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
Lady, I cannot blame thee, for I am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirit. Sit down and rest. Even here, I will put off hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find. And the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not, for one purpose, resolve what you resolve to effect.
The next advantage will be take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with travel. They cannot nor will not use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, heavens! What were these?
Nothing jewelry. Oh, I believe that there are unicorns. In Arabia, there is one tree, the Felix tree. Even now, raining there.
I'll believe both. What else does one call? Come with me and I'll be sworn 'tis true. Travellers ne'er did lie, their falls home condemned.
In Naples, I should report this now. Would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders. The Serts, these are people of the island. Though they have monstrous shape, yet their manners are more gentle, kind than of our human generation. You should find many. Almost any.
Honest lady, thou hast said well. For some of you, that present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gestures, and such sounds, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise in departing.
They have vanished strangely.
It matters not, since they have left their vines behind. We have stomachs. Would it please you taste what is here, my lord?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. For when we were young, who would believe that there were such men with their heads stood in their breasts? And now we find each traveller will bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Sister, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are three men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world and what is in it. The never so fated sea has caused to belch up you, and on this island where no man doth inhabit, you monks men being most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and yet like unsuch valor they hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are the ministers of fate, the elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well wound the loud winds, or with bemocked at stab kill the still closing waters, than diminish one dow that is in my broom. My fellows are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massive for your strength, and will not be uplifted. But remember, that that's my business with you. You three of Milan did supply good Prospero, exposed unto the sea that hath requited. Him and his innocent child. Those foul deeds, delayed, not forgotten, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace. Thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, and here, on this most desolate isles, else falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
Oh, bravely the figure of this army has not before my Ariel. Grace it had, devouring. But my instruction hast thou nothing bated in what thou had to say, with good life and observation strange. My meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work. And these mine enemies are all at my mercy and are knit up in their distractions. They are in my power, and in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, who they suppose is drowned. His and mine love die.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me. And the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, did pronounce the name of Prosper! It did base my trespass, and therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than e'er plummet did sound, and with him there lie, muddied.
One feed at a time, I will fight the legions over.
I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like given to work a great time after, and begins to bite the spirits. I must follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what this ecstasy may provoke them to.
I have too austerely punished you. Your compensation here makes amends. For here I have given you a third of mine own life, that for which I live. All thy vexations were but trials of my love, and thou hast stood the test strangely here. For heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I may have a boast hereof. Thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise, and make it hold behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. Sit with her and talk, for she is thine own. What ho, my industrious servant, Ariel?
What would my potion master? Here I am.
Thou, and thou meaner fellows, your last service did worthily perform, but I must use you in another trick. Go bring forth the rabble over whom I give thee power, and incite them to quick motion. For here I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity in mine art, for it is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently.
I were the twain.
Before you say come and go, and breathe twice and cry so-so, each one tipping on their toe will be here with mop and bow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel.
Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on Vines and clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly birth and bowing. Scarcity and want shall shun you, Sarah's blessing so is on you.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmoniously charming. What have you bold to think these spirits?
Aye, spirits. And by mine art from their confines I have called to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever. So rare a wondered father and a wife makes this place paradise.
Foul plot by that beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. Oh, the minute of their plot has almost come.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never to this day saw I him touched by anger so his tempered.
You do look, my son, in a move sword as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful. Our revels are now ended, and these are actors, are spirits, as I foretold you. They shall melt into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, gorgeous palaces, solemn temples, the great globe itself, ye all which inherit, shall dissolve. And like a insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff that dreams are made on. Our little life is rounded with a sleep. So I am vexed. My brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity, but if it pleases you, retire into my cell and there repose. Eternal too I'll walk to still my beating mind.
I wish you peace.
Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, lest I feared I might anger thee.
Say again, where did thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir. They were red hot with drinking, so full of valour that they smote the air for breathing on their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project. So I beat my tabor, and like unbacked colt they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt the music. So I charmed their ears. And calf like they my loving followed through toothbrush, sharp furs and picking cross and thorns that entered their frail shins. Oh, at last I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell, dancing up to their chins as that lake overstank their feet.
Oh, that was well done, my Ariel. Thy shape invisible thou retain thou still, and this trumpery hang it on the line for stale to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture could never stick. All my pains humanely taken are lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, and so his mind, cankers. I'll plague them all, even to roaring.
I pray you tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We now are very near his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all horse piss, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Hear you this, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you...
Thou art but a lost monster.
Good, my lady, give me thy favour still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring you to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
monster, but an infinite loss.
It's more to me than my wetting. Yet this is your harmless fairy monster.
I will fetch off my bottle, though I be over ears for my labour.
Prithee, my king, be quiet.
There.
Seest thou here? This is the mouth of his cell. No noise, and enter. Do that good mischief that will make this island thine own forever. And I thy caravan, for I thy footmaker.
Give me the hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, peer! Oh, worthy Stefano! Look what a wardrobe here is for thee!
Let it alone now, fool, it is but trash.
Oh, ho now, monster! We know what belongs to a frippery. Oh, King Stefano!
Particular? Put off that gown! By this hand, I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
Dropsy, drown this fool! What do you mean to dote us upon such luggage? Let's alone and do the murder first. If he awakes, from toe to crown, he will fill us with pinches, or he will make us strange stuff.
Monster, be quiet.
Do. We'll steal by line and level, and it like your grace.
I thank thee for that jest, Tricula. Here's a garment for it. Wit shall not go unrewarded while I am king of this country. Steal by line and level is an excellent pass of paint. Here's another garment for it.
Monster, come. Put some lime upon your fingers and away with the rest.
I will have none of it. We shall lose our time and all be turned into barnacles or apes with foreheads villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear this away where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to. Carry this.
And this.
I and this.
Aye, there she goes, Silver!
Fury, tyrant, fury! Go, my goblins, grind their joints with dry convulsions. Shorten up their sinews with aged cramps. Make more pinch-spotted make them than any cat or pard or mountain.
Hark, they roar!
Oh, let them be hunted soundly. For at this moment all mine enemies lie at my mercy. Oh, shortly shall our labours end, and thou shalt have the air of freedom. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not. My spirits obey. And time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
Past the 6th hour, my lord. At which time you said our work should cease.
I did say so. When first I raised this tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, sir. In the same fashion that you gave in charge. Just as you left them all prisoners, sir. They cannot budge until your release. The king, his sister, and your brother, all three distracted. And she that you termed the good Lady Gonzalo. The tears run down her cheeks like eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works them, that if you did beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, were I human.
Mine shall. Shall not myself. if their kind be kindlier moved than thou art, hast thou which art but e'er a feeling of their afflictions? Although with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler action do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. Oh, they being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further, my Ariel. Go release them. My charms I'll break. Their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds. I have given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. By my soul poach a dart. But this rough magic I here abjure, which even now I do to work mine end upon their senses. I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. Ah, a solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skulls. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honourable woman, mine eyes, even sociable to the show of thine full felony drops. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver and a loyal sir, to him you followest? I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy sister is further in the act. Thou art pinchfork now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. Brother mine, that entertained ambition, that expelled nature and remorse, who here with Sebastian would have killed your king. Oh, I do forgive thee. Natural thou art. Spirit shall ere long be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In the cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch where owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer, merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Well, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but thou shalt have the air of freedom. So, to the king's ship, invisible thou retain thou still. There under the hatches thou shalt find the sailors, asleep. Being awake, the master and the boatswain enforced him to this place, and presently, I prithee.
I drink the air before me and return, or hear your pulse twice beat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Oh, behold, Sir King, Prospero, the wrong Duke of Milan, and to thee, thy company, I bid thee a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle, to abuse me as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave, and if this be at all, a most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs, but how should Prospero be living, and be here?
First, noble friends, welcome. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded I could pluck his highness's frown upon you, and justify you traitors. At this time, I will tell no tales. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. do forgive thy rankest faults, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son, Ferdinand.
Oh, I am woeful, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help. Of whose soft grace for the like loss, I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss.
Aye, as great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss by means much weaker than you may call to comfort you. For I have lost my daughter.
A daughter?
Aye.
Oh heavens. That they were living both in Naples, king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself, were muddied in that oozy bed wherein my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. I am Prospero, and that very Duke, who was strangely thrust forth upon this isle, where you were wrecked, to be the Lord on't. No more yet of this. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite ye with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I've cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about to rise. Who is this maid with whom thou camest here? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours.
I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one.
I am not a providence, he is mine.
She is daughter to the famous Duke of Milan, of whom so much I've heard renowned but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life, and second father. This lady makes him to me.
For I am hers. But oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop.
Let us not fervent a remembrance of the heaviness that's gone.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen. Look, sir, here is more of us. What is the news?
The best, that our king and company are here safely bound. Next, our ship, which 3 glasses since we gave our split, is tight and bravely rigged to sail as when we put out to sea.
All this service I have done thee since I left thee.
My tricksy spirit.
Ah! Once it well done.
Oh, bravely, my diligence. Shall be free.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod. And there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Oh, sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. Be merry, and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. Oh, how fares my gracious sir? There are some yet missing of your company, some few odd lads that you remember not.
Oh, Sir, was brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is! I am afraid he will chastise me.
What things are these, my Lord Antonio? Will money buy 'em?
Very like. This one is a plain fish and no doubt marketable.
Oh, mark but the badges of these men, my lords, and say if they be true. This misshapen knave, over his mother was a witch, one so powerful that could control the moon, make ebbs and flow, and deals in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had planned with them to take my life. These two fellows you must know and own, but this thing of darkness acknowledge mine.
I shall be done to death.
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
Aye, he is as disproportioned in his manner as in his shape. Go to, Sirrah, to my cell, and take with you your companions. Go to, away!
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
The story of your life must take the ear strangely.
Oh, I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas and auspicious gales. Ariel, that is thy charge. Then to the elements, be free. Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most fate. Now 'tis true I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Oh, let me not, since I dukedom I have got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands, the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself, frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.